But it's so cold here. There's actual snow falling right now. The wind is so strong, it's absolutely freezing. So we're gonna have to make our way back. Stat. Hey guys, it's about 7 a.m. here in Hunza, and I'm just getting ready to go on a pretty serious, pretty challenging trek. This valley that I'm going to is meant to be a super historical and kind of mythical place. I'm meant to be going there and back today, which is a good 8 hours of walking in a single day. And the weather is looking kind of shaky and a little bit unpredictable. We'll get onto the trek soon, but first things first. Do not underestimate the importance of a good hefty breakfast before a trek. And my host family here in Jalalabad, they know this very well. So this is what we're having for breakfast. Here we've got local bread called charpik. Right here is local cheese called murik. And here is a fried egg. This is the real breakfast of the champions. And everything here is made fresh and locally from ingredients right from the village. One last cup of chai, and it's time to start getting ready for a trek that will probably take us the entire day. So Pervez is my host and my guide to Afgarj Valley today. Is this going to be really difficult?
Not too much. It takes only 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
For you 3 hours.
Exactly. So let's go.
We started our trek in the picturesque village of Jalalabad, which is located between Sost and Pasu in Hunza, and it's full bloom here. But our destination lies somewhere quite different, deep in these valleys. The route there is not for the faint-hearted. You're gonna have to walk along footbridges, riverbeds, stones, and do some serious climbing and jumping.
Oh my god.
See what I mean? Some parts even gave me an adrenaline rush.
My turn. Slow, 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 slow.
Good.
And then there was a surprise. High up on the mountain face, we spotted a herd of ibex. These elusive mountain animals are quite hard to find, and we just couldn't believe our luck. Look at how majestic they are, how fast they climb up these impossible slopes. We could have stayed there all day just watching these majestic creatures, but alas, we had to keep going, onto Afgarj. We were getting closer and closer every step of the way, until finally we reached.
That's it, over there. That's the valley. It's only been 2 hours, not 3.5.
This is Afgarj Valley. There is no road access here. You can only come here on foot. And perhaps, given just how pristine it is, that's not such a bad thing. It's all open space, grazing animals, and full-on serenity. And given that Afgarj is one of the oldest Wahi settlements in the area, there's a lot of history here too.
Right now we are in the ancient part of Afgarj village, and nobody really knows how old these buildings are, but they are pretty elements and wind swept. You can see all these buildings are just, made out of this raw stone and old wood. Pretty amazing. Right there's a bit of a tower, not really sure what that's for. And here, this is definitely a mosque, an old mosque that is now shut down. Look how beautiful it is. Look at all the wood carvings around the door. Just amazing. A piece of history right here in this remote valley here in Hunza.
But our trek wasn't over yet. We still had to reach Boibo Valley, just an hour away.
We're climbing higher and higher towards Boibo Valley. We're taking a shortcut, but Pervez warned me that the shortcut is much harder than the long route.
I am the winner.
Pervez is the winner. He got there first. I was filming the entire time. I have an excuse.
And finally, after all that climbing, we got there.
Right there is Boybor Valley, with Boybor Glacier, which has receded over the last few years due to climate change. And right there is Briar Valley, with a link all the way to Shimshal Valley.
This is the power of the mountains, and especially the Karakoram range here in Hunza. The peaks and valleys and nature that emerge right in front of your eyes are just so awe-inspiring, like nowhere else in the world. But soon after we reached, the weather began to break very quickly.
So cold here, there's actual snow falling right now. I managed to get the drone shot just before the snow starts, but the wind is so strong, it's absolutely freezing, so we're gonna have to make our way back. Stat. Oh my god, and we're really high up in the mountains, over 3,000 meters, probably close to 3,500, so the air feels really thin and it's extremely windy, very cold, biting cold. All the mountains right here, they're just covered in snow. The fog is setting. Pervez, how cold is it? Very cold?
Very cold.
We knew that we had to get down to Avgarj as soon as possible. The snow got more intense, as did the winds. But the village seemed deserted. There seemed to be nobody there, until we knocked on a door.
It turns out there was somebody there, Bibi Nigar, who is the auntie of Pervez, and she's just invited us in for a cup of chai.
This is what we had been dreaming of for the last 2 hours. A warm fire in the shelter of a local home, and of course, chai. A warm cup of chai.
Here it is, fresh chai with the freshest of milk. Whew, perfect for this cold, cold day. Ah, amazing. Shabash.
Of course, we had seconds too. As much as we wanted to stay with Bibi Nigar in her warm home, we had to go back to Jamalabad.
Alright, it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
Shabash, bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As we started walking, the weather eventually lifted and we reached Jamalabad safely. And despite all the beauty of Avgarj Valley, there's one memory that will remain forever in my heart, and that's the memory of Bibi Nigar, her home, her fire, and her chai. Shabash.